And we are live. Kind of rushed, getting ready to go for this one. It's been a wild couple of days. Actually, it's been kind of a wild week here at the shop. Um, just been real busy. A lot of goofy junk going on, working on trucks, big trucks. International 4300 in the garage right now that decided to throw me a curveball today. Can't imagine why any engineer in their right mind would build something that way, but it is what it is. It's kind of a pain in the ass. You got to take everything off the side of the engine to get to one bolt. One out of 10 bolts that hold the oil cooler on the side of that thing is obscured by the EGR cooler. In order to get the EGR cooler off, you got to take the turbo off. There's two of them, and the exhaust, and all the cooling lines, and the oil lines. And kind of turned a hour job into a 3-day job. Bunch of fun. But we're also gearing up for some new projects for the winter. Getting a lift, going to be putting in the shop here in a couple of weeks. A Jeepster, 1948 Jeepster coming in. We're going to be working on real survivors. Everybody, stay tuned for that. It's going to be a cool car. We will feature it on the channel. Whole bunch of doesn't really need a lot. It's just been sitting a while. It's a 20-something-year-old restoration, and we just need to make sure it's safe to drive because its new owner is going to enjoy driving it. We got Vic in the house. Welcome. Mama M3, Mopar's Mustangs and minivans, Colleen Tebow. Twist Mopar Dennis. Dust Devil Brian's in the house. What's happening, brother? Mater's in the house. Good to see you. NSB Lee is in the house. Good to see you, man. Glad nobody got blown away too bad in that damn hurricane. Kim Fixes Things in the house. Good to see you. What's happening, everybody? How's everybody's Friday night going? You know who's not in the house? Is Dougster. We have fear because the Dougster is not here. He's always in here. Cousin Mike's in the house. Good to see you. He was out there like Michael Jackson screaming into the wind. Oh, I'll bet. Hanging on to his ass, too, I'm sure. What I understand, he got out of it without much damage, just a lot of water. Real glad to hear that. Worried about some of my friends that live out that way, and storms are no bullshit. Jack stands cinder blocks. Just got here. What did I miss? Not much. We're just introductions and hanging out. NSB says we just lost a tree in the backyard and no flooding. Got lucky on this one. Right on. I'm glad to hear that. Sucks about the tree, but at least there wasn't any flooding or any real bad damage. Twisted Mopar Dennis says stand by for action. How's happening, John Wilburn? Good to see you. Victor says, laughing my ass off, Lee. That's colorful. We lost 3 more trees this summer. That's no good. Yeah, these hurricanes are no bullshit. Oh, this is the comment that Victor was laughing at. NSB says, I was out there in my tidy whities with my American flag, Florida man style. Right on. Dust Devil Brian says, damn it, Lee, it's a mental image that I didn't need. Twisted Mopar. I own a 73 340 Dart Sport 4-speed. You just pick that one up, Dennis? That's a cool car. What's happening, B&R Brian? Good to see you, man. Mater got a good deal on something from the pawn shop today. That's cool, Dennis. I'm glad to hear you found something. Jack stands cinder blocks. We have lost about 4 trees since we bought the property 5 years ago. Lost the majority of them almost 3 years ago in a tornado. And then he corrected himself and said that was 40 trees, not 4. That is an ouch. What's happening, Mr. Cope? Good to see you, brother. Throwing up snowflakes. I ain't ready for it to get cold and shitty, but it's coming. Wilburn's laughing. 7 acres of deep woods. That had to be a son of a bitch to clean that up, too. Oh, John says they're spider webs, not snowflakes. Yeah, I suppose it's that time of year coming up. Halloween. Who's having a big Halloween party this year? Brian's asking Dennis if it's the duster that you had before. And he says, yes, I re-own it again. That's cool. That's cool when you get your old car back. Can't get to about 30 of the downed trees. That sucks. I am giving out slow pokes. Brian says, nice. I'm real glad you got that one back. Let me know if you need help with anything. That is cool. Diecast Dream Customs. Victor says, all right, Tony, I hate to be that guy, but I'm exhausted. Going to go put what's left of my leg up and edit video. Love you, man. Be safe. Good night, everyone. Well, thanks for stopping by. I'm pretty whooped myself, but I figured I'd come on and run live for an hour or two. It's always fun hanging out with you guys and unwinding on a Friday evening. BNR says, storm damaged Widowmaker's trees. Yeah, screw that. Dennis almost bought a 68 Cougar. I need to have to be Twisted Mercury garage. Yeah, Halloween parties can be fun. I haven't been to one or thrown one in years. It's always fun when you go to a creepy one and scare the shit out of everybody. Yeah, I can't believe that's just around the corner here. The year has definitely gone by quickly. At least it seems like it has around here. I guess it happens when you're busy. Seems like the older you get, the faster time just flies. Mater says at Twisted Mopar Garage, blonde, brunette, or a redhead. So, Mater, what'd you get at the pawn shop today? You gonna share, or are you just gonna leave us hanging? Colleen says, I'm exhausted too, but no rest for the wicked. Ain't that the truth? Used to own a lot of girds at one time in my life. I was a really skinny guy too. I used to be a real skinny guy, and then I got fat, and I just keep getting fatter and fatter and fatter. Dust Devil needs to get his steering fixed this weekend. I'm taking the Duster to a trunk or treat next weekend. Gonna put a "You must be this tall for candy" sign on my trunk. That's funny. You have to be pretty tall with that rake. Hey, Renegade's in the house. Good to see you, man. Glad you stopped by. Jack Stan says Halloween, but just added color. Dennis says it was a blonde. BNR says I had a Derico hit my farmhouse back in June of 2020. Took down a 200-year-old eastern cottonwood tree, 90 feet high. Base was 36 feet in circumference. Holy shit. That sucks. And that tree just took everything in its path when it went down, didn't it? Renegade has gas now. Okay. All renegades in Florida. That's right. How'd you fare in that all that BS and storm, Renegade? Did you do all right, or did you take on some damage? Forgot about that. You're down there in Florida too. Dennis says reason I was skinny was I did a lot of walking when I owned Fords. Right? You know, they say 98% of Fords are still on the road, right? Well, that's because the other 2% actually made it home. I had 10,000-pound Widowmaker branch hanging over my farmhouse driveway was fucked. No good, man. Warning Labels Racing is in the house. What's happening? Otherwise known as Auto Salvage Outlaws. How you doing tonight, brother? Hope things are settling down for you. BNR had the biggest tree in the Illinois Valley. Holy shit. It's huge. You didn't have to tell everyone, Mater. If I forward backwards, his driver returns on foot. Yeah, let's come with all the good Ford jokes. I know there's plenty of them. No one wants them, not even the record companies. Holy cow. I was thinking since I'm fat and old, maybe one Ford would help me lose weight. I know all the Fords I work on help me lose weight because I just got to keep working on them. Renegade, I love that one. What's that? The driver returns on foot. Some would also say it means first on race day, and I have seen some pretty fast Fords in my time. Browser's doing something stupid. Hang on, guys. Flip over and read directions, and the first direction is don't flip over. Fucked over rebuilt Dodge. Never liked that one because it was kind of I always took it as a ding against Dodge. But nonetheless, it's funny. I would join you, but I got to get up early, so I'm just here for a short time. Right on, Dennis. Yeah, I got to get up pretty early too. I got a '07 Mack granite dump truck out there. I got to put an air compressor on, new leaf spring pins, and U bolts, and air manifold up under the dash, and all kinds of shit. It'll take me all weekend to get that thing done. Then I got to get back to the water truck that's tore apart in the shop. Unfinished project, dozed off. That happens. I've been known to do that too, especially when it gets late. Jack stands broke apart for a truck that isn't even mine today. I went to Napa to see if they could order it for me. The guy asked what it was, said nothing. Took it off the back, came back for the part. Took off to the back and came back with the part. That's a good parts guy. You don't see too many of them anymore. Bad Tree Blake says, Heathens Assemble. What's happening, Blake? Good to see you, man. First on race day, fucked on race day. Model Ts were powered by a Dodge engine, says Mater. I cannot confirm or deny. That is a cool piece of history. Fix or repair daily. Yeah, now that fits. The old guy didn't even use the computer. He knew exactly where the part is. Yeah, I miss them parts guys. There's still a couple of them around, but they're few and far between. Yeah, the parts guys at our local Napa, they call it Napa Auto and Truck Parts. And I tell you what, every time I go in that store on a weekend needing something for one of these Class 8 trucks I'm working on, they look at me like they didn't smoke a bowl. They ate the whole fucking bag. Like, I'm from another planet because I want truck parts. Well, I don't know how to look up truck parts. So I usually have to make sure I got part numbers when I go in. It's really frustrating when you go into a place like that that's supposed to sell truck parts and they don't know how to look them up. Happens pretty often, actually. Mater says Bryce put that coil on and the engine fired right up. I had a feeling it was probably a bad coil. Of course, if he put that coil on, he also eliminated the ballast resistor, if he did it right, anyways, which could have been the problem as well. Glad we were able to help him out. It's really hard to go wrong, especially on most stock applications with that flamethrower coil. They work good. No old timers left in parts stores. Well, it sounds like Jack Stands has one yet, and I'm thinking he probably ought to try and hang on to that guy because he's lucky. So Mater's, he been able to take the car for a spin yet, or is he still in the getting it running stages? I think last time we talked, he was having some carburetor issues or something, maybe. Jack Stan says, I asked the old guy at Napa for another part. He broke out a paper book and flipped right to the page in less than 10 seconds, showed me the part I was asking about in about 10 seconds. That's cool. Renegade says about the gas thing. Mater sent me 4 or 5 gallon gas cans from Amazon, so I'll be able to get enough gas for the hurricane. That's cool. Mater's a good dude. Colleen says I still have an item number in my brain. I think a $10 tip every time I see him would keep him working there. Yeah, and it's worth the $10 not to have to put up with a hassle of some dumbass that doesn't know what he's doing, right? Yeah, I'm firm believer in tipping people that perform a good job. And actually, this guy obviously cares about his job too and enjoys what he does. It's another thing I run into all the time around here is people just don't give a shit. It's kind of a shame. Nobody has any work ethic anymore. Little Leg Day. Haven't seen you in here before. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Working on an 83 S10, slapping a little 305 in it with a nasty cam. Awesome. I absolutely love V8 swapped S10s. I've built several through the years. Actually got a couple of big block Chevys out in the shop right now. I'm kind of searching for a little square body like that S10 to build a pretty much time you stuff a big block in one. That's a dedicated drag truck. It's something I've never done. I've done a lot of small block swaps, but never LS swapped one, and I've never put a big block in one. I have seen them though. I think it'd be fun to do. The Leg Day says Napa already hates me. Yeah, they hate you more when you get it done. Go do a big old stinky burnout in their parking lot with it. My name while I was at O'Reilly's was Old School. Old School cool. I like old school. Told him back to fuel pressure down to 3 psi going to the carb. I don't know if that helped or not. Probably should have. Those old one barrels don't like a whole lot of fuel pressure. Mrs. One Eyed Cat says, hello from Ohio for the weekend. Well, what the heck are you doing in Ohio? Good to see you, Wendy. Jack stands at Cinderblock says, hey, speaking of gas cans, if you rescue a vehicle has been sitting forever, bring a boat fuel tank with you. It worked for me on Monday. New rescue vehicle on the channel soon. Look forward to seeing it, man. Yeah, boat tanks work real good because they got that, most of them got that primer bulb you can use to help you get fuel going where it's got to go. Renegade says, I went to Pep Boys one time and asked for a clutch cable, and the guy seriously said, is that an automatic or a stick? I believe it. Jason's Garage is in the house. Good to see you, brother. How you doing tonight? Comments just rolling right along here, trying to keep up with everybody. Renegade says, I don't know, man. I just asked for a clutch cable, so you figure it out, right? What a jackass. That's funny, but Laurie's Garage is in the house. Luckily, the local Napa has two really good guys, but the rest are not so good. Yeah, my local O'Reilly has a couple of guys that are decent and one guy that's really good. I've actually known him for many years, probably about 18 or 20 years now, if I'm being honest. He used to work for CarQuest. Now he's at my local O'Reilly, so that's cool. I can walk in there and hang out, and he knows what the hell I want when I ask for it. So, what have you been working on lately, Jason? Been building anything cool? Colleen says, I'm going to jump out. Everyone have a great weekend. Will you do the same? Thanks for hanging out with us for a few. It's getting late in your neck of the woods. So I showed a little sneak peek of it last week. Go ahead and, well, maybe my phone will behave itself. There we go. Jeepster right there belongs to a customer. We're going to be doing some freshen up work on it here in the near future at the shop. And stay tuned. We'll also be doing some video on it. Before that gets here, we're putting a brand new 4-post lift in the shop. So that's going to be a big upgrade for us. Make life a lot easier. Got a 4-eyed fox right on. I pretty seriously miss I had an 82 GT, and I miss that car. 302 4-speed. It was a lot of fun. One day, the day came, I had to cut back, and unfortunately, it had to go. Riley asked for a seal kit for a steering box for a 79 Chevy the other day. They asked me what the engine size and transmission type. Like, it's a 79 Chevy. They all have the same steering box, right? Kind of like Mopar starters and alternators. There was 2 of them in about 4 decades. Do have a teaser video for the new project coming out tomorrow. Cool. We'll definitely have to stay tuned for that. Tomorrow's going to be super busy for me, but I will keep an eye out. And usually when I'm working out in a shop like that, I have YouTube on the 55-inch screen just playing. Yeah, that's what I said when I went and looked at it. It is super clean. Such a survivor. And it's got the original 148 inline flathead 6 in it. 3 on the tree still works. I heard that, brother. I bracket raced one for 20 years. Yeah. Yeah, I miss my little fox body. That little sucker was fun. Hell, anymore, you can't touch them for shit. They've gotten expensive. Warning label's got to find him another car. Sure, whatever it is, it's going to be cool. He had some pretty cool stuff. Jack Stan says it's huge. Big truck. Warning labels, contact me. Maybe we can get you something out of my yard. There you go, brother. Hit up Jack Stands. Sounds like he might have something you're after. That would be cool. And hell, then you guys could do a collab video. My wife isn't wanting to wait for me to become monetized. Yeah, from what I hear, when you do, you don't make much. I'm got the subs, but since I quit doing the lives fall and late summer and fall, my watch hours fell off pretty hard. So now I need some watch hours before I can be fully monetized. I got my shop up, and for my merch, and get the supers, the super chats, super stickers, all that crap, but can't get any of the ad revenue yet. Not that, like I say, from what I understand, it don't pay much. But I need about 1,500 watch hours yet to get that part. But I finally got my 1,000 subs, so that's a hell of a milestone. Took a minute to get there. It's kind of cool when you do. Warning label says Jack Stand is going to be a while. Mater says, Warning labels racing. Do you like e-bodies? In other words, do you like Challengers and Cudas? Who doesn't like e-bodies? I've been begging to do collaboration videos for over a year now. Operator Solid Snake. I subbed like help it helps. Awesome. Appreciate you, brother. Glad you stopped by and hopefully you enjoy hanging out with us. Definitely appreciate the sub. It don't matter if it's Dodge, Ford, or Chevy. You got an e-body you're trying to sell there, Mater? I fell out of lives due to work for a while, but my new schedule, I'm building up better videos. I'm right behind you there on the watch hours. Yeah, that's what happened here. I just got damn busy during the summer, with working out in the shop, and I do work for myself, but when the workload's there, you got to get it done, and the lives suffered. Lost about $3,500 on the T-Bird. That fucking sucks, man. What about F bodies? I miss my Hearst WS6 Trans Am every day. Who wouldn't miss a WS6? Those things are pretty darn badass. I actually used to know a guy lived up in Flagstaff. When I was trucking, actually, he ran a big tire shop that I bought tires from for my semi. But he had a really, really nice WS6 Trans Am. Make you a great deal on a 71 Challenger. That would be cool to have. What kind of shape's it in, Mater? I'll trade something for an e-body, says Jack Stands in Cinder Blocks. There you go, Mater. Mater, everyone likes them, right? Mater, do you lack any cobalt tools? 860 away from the 3K looking now. Yeah, I looked at mine the other day. And what's weird is you got to actually look at the earn tab, because if you look at for whatever reason, even if you switch it, if you go to your dashboard, see, we'll take mine for instance here. Go to your dashboard, you go to your analytics, see, go ahead and I'll switch it to the last 365, and it tells me I got 2,900 watch hours. But if I go to the earn tab for getting monetized, it says I only have 2,549 public watch hours. I don't quite understand how YouTube figures that, but so that's where I'm at, 2,549. So I got what the hell is that? 1,451 watch hours to go before I can be fully monetized. Next milestone. I was happy I got my 1,000 though. Got my 1,000 coming home from No Name. And that was really, really cool to hit that milestone. Jackson says, I'm assuming 71 is near Dallas. I'm not sure exactly where Mater lives, but I do know he's in Texas. I had a triple black 2011 of 1509 build. It was a fun car, just slip lid and full exhaust, great in the curves too. Yeah, they did handle nice. WS4 was 69 to 78. WS6 Trans Am 79 to 81 had 4-wheel disc brake package. The WS6 that I was talking about was the later one, like the 99s, 99 or 2000, something like that. What would that be? I think those are the 4th gen body style, they called them. Yeah, I get watch hours for my shorts, but I don't get those toward the end. Yeah, yeah, they put shorts in a different category. You need 10 million shorts views in the last 90 days to get modified, monetized. Mater says just south of Dallas. I've been killing the shorts lately. Shorts do help you get subs, but I don't know. I don't know how the hell a guy'd get 10 million views. Just you got to get that one video that goes viral, I suppose. Hell, Lars did it. I don't know how many views he got on the thing, but he got like 5,000 subs out of it off of one short. Mine, yeah, yeah, mine was a 98 to 0201 fourth gen. Right on. Yeah, those were cool cars. Not that the earlier ones weren't, because they certainly were too. But the fourth gens, I did like those. I thought they were a way better looking car than the Camaro ever was. Jack Stan says, Mater, do you have my phone number yet? Jack Stan Cinder Blocks. No, he does not have your phone number. And I can't send it to him because I don't have it either. I do have Mater's number though. Yeah. Yeah, you nailed it right there, operator Solid Snake. It's up to the YouTube wind as to what goes viral. For me, viral is 3,000 views or more on a short, right? You know, I did a silly little video from No Name. I was like, it wasn't a short, but it was in vertical format. It was, I think it was like a minute and a half long. It was Jed Scott knocking the baffles out of the rat rod, and I just threw it up unedited directly off my phone. Stupid title. That it was. We don't need no stinking baffles. And I put in the description, Jed from Scott's Speed Shop knocking the baffles out of the rat rod. That some bitch got 9,000 views that day. I thought that was interesting the way that went out and got so many views. My shorts don't even perform that good. I've got a couple that have, but not like that. Do have a video of the Challenger on the channel. I think I've seen that actually. Hey Lars, what's going on? You're stuck in the Taco Bell drive-through on the way home from JB's, wondering why the hell do I do this to myself? I'll pay for it tomorrow. So you're supposed to eat the Taco Bell before you go to JB's. Renegade says, I'm over here about to have another heart attack. Seeing Mater talking about actually getting rid of something. Right. Operator Solid Snake says, I had a bunch of I had a bunch of shorts do decent, but never got over 1,000 subs. I did a live stream, no prep drag racing on Forza Horizon 5. And I did 1,500 plus total live views. Like, that's wild. Never got subs, sadly. Yeah, I think to get, from what I've seen building this channel, and I've been doing it for 3 years now, almost. Um, and I've got 1,025 subs as of right now. It's consistency, and I've had a lot of gaps in my consistency because I've been busy, and sometimes I shouldn't say sometimes, a lot of time I get kind of lazy about filming. I got so much to do, and I'll just jump in and do it, and oh shit, I should have filmed that, so I don't get the videos put out. And my channel's continued to grow, slow, albeit, but it keeps growing. And I notice when I'm consistently putting out a video or two a week, it does grow faster. BNR says my best videos in 2024 was with two hacks. Jeff, Jimmy approves having Jimmy talk ramble. Just caught Jimmy off guard and having him speak about. Jimmy's good people. That was a pleasure meeting him at No Name. Ours is good to see y'all. Jackson says they did great last summer, but I think I'm making better shorts now. And we all are. The more, it's like anything, the more we do this, the better we get at video production. That was good short people like that. Like showing off projects, upgrades, projects for other. The 454 truck is popular with Chevy guys. Yeah, that 454 truck is cool. Haven't uploaded in forever. I stopped uploading because it said I had to get 1,000 subs in less than a year to monetize, so I gave up. You don't necessarily have to get your 1,000 subs in less than a year. You have to have at least 1,000 subs, and you have to get the 4,000 watch hours within the last 365 days. First stage of monetization is, well, and YouTube's changed it a little bit from even when I first started. 800 subs and 3,000 watch hours, and that gives you the opportunity to have a merch store, and you can get super chats and all that, and memberships and stuff. I can still increase my subs and go monetize. Yeah, you can work on increasing your subs, and of course, as you increase your subs, um, your watch hours will increase. But it's like where I'm at. It's taken me almost 3 years to get my 1,000 subs, and now I'm behind the eight ball on the watch hours. But that 1,000 subs, unless 500 people unsubscribe, ain't never going to go away. So from this point forward, when I hit my 4,000 watch hours within a 365-day period, I'll be monetized. So yeah, keep working the channel, man. You'll get there. I'll tell you what else will help you with getting subs. If you're a car guy, and I'm guessing you are, you had a cool WS6, and you're hanging out with us gearheads. If you're interested in doing events, check out the No Name Nationals. How many subs do you have? Matter of fact, since we're here, I'm gonna go check you out. Check out your channel. 627 subs. So you're 2/3 of the way there, man. Go ahead and throw you a like and a subscribe. And another trick, when you go and subscribe to somebody's channel, even if you don't watch it right now, go to a video and throw it a like. Because I have had YouTube in the past where if I just go to a channel and like it and leave, the stupid YouTube algorithm will automatically unsubscribe you from it. Sometimes there's no rhyme or reason to it. So I'll always go hit up a video and throw a like on it when I throw a guy a sub, and that's a good bet that the sub will stick. So you can call me 628, brother. Yeah. Yeah, just keep working the channel. You'll get there. And matter of fact, you got 628 subs. You could bring a car, register and bring a car to No Name Nationals and hang out with us next year. It's kind of like a family reunion where a drag race breaks out. Up Mater's leaving. I was checking out the channel over here, and chat got away from me a little bit. Warning labels taken off. Take care, brother. Mater says past his bedtime. You too, brother. Take care. Haven't checked my stats in forever. Yeah, just whenever, if you out see cool cars or whatever, just shoot a short, throw it up, go to car shows and get coverage. Or you mentioned gaming, do your live streams, your gaming live streams. Those are popular. It's took me 8 or so to hit 100 subs. What are you up to now, Jack Stans? Oh, you're up to 1,500 subs now. Right on. You're there. You're growing. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and throw up a link to Jack Stands and Cinder Blocks. I'm also going to throw up a link for Operator Solid Snakes. You guys want to check him out, see if he can earn your sub. That's what this community is all about, helping each other succeed. There we go. We got a couple of links thrown up there for you guys to check out. First one's Jack Stan's channel, and the other one is second one is Operator Solid Snake's channel. Renegade says now it's 500 subs. What's that, Renegade? Is it that for the first stage, for the supers and the store and stuff, or is that for full monetization? It's got to be for the first. Got to be for the first milestone. Because I'm looking at it right now. It still says 1,000 and 4,000 is my next milestone. I've got the 1,000, but need the 4. Started making videos, a few per month. Yeah, I'm gonna start making videos. Heck yeah. Oh look, I forgot. Hey, what's happening, Jay? Good to see you, man. That's wild. I really appreciate it. Yeah, that's what we're all about, man. Helping each other, learning off each other, sharing information. Did a little everything on the channel, game shooters, racing, ATV videos. I could have uploaded a ton of content this past year. Shaking my head, focus on the future. Oh, I hear that. If you don't keep making videos or shorts, YouTube seems to take away a few. Yeah, they do. That's what I was talking about earlier. That consistency thing. Yeah, Jack stands. I've had the channel forever. So Renegade confirms, yeah, now it's down to 500 for the first stage of monetization. So what is it? What is it, Renegade? Is it still 500 and 3,000 watch hours? Yeah, there he says it right there. 500 subs and 3,000 watch hours for the first monetization milestone, which is super chats and whatnot. Yeah, that gives you supers and supers and memberships. You can do the memberships, and for early access to videos and stuff for your viewers, or special if you do members only kind of stuff. And you can, if you have merch or want to try to sell merch, you can open it. You can have a store tab. I'm going to tell you from experience, and I make merch. That's a kind of a side gig. I'm trying to grow into a bigger business. I make t-shirts and hats. In fact, we did this hat here that I'm wearing. Um, until even me, I got 1,000 subs, 1,025 subs. It's tough to sell merch. I've sold a few things, but it doesn't fly off the shelves. Still sitting. Mrs. One-Eyed Cat says, I'm still sitting here in my Uncle Sonny's 67 Avion camper. Gonna sleep good tonight. Right on. Mainstream Mopar, good to see you, brother. Well, I usually fall asleep about this time. Sorry, I had to find my way back. Went and subbed to operator. Right on. Wait, you do hats too? I need the shirts and a coat. Hell yeah. Yes, I do. Actually, back in July, I've been doing hats a little bit longer than that, but back in July, I bought a really, really nice machine for doing hats. Starting to get a lot of demand for them, so I dropped the coin and bought a really nice machine for doing hats. So yes, we do the hats. Need shirts and a couple of hats. Yeah, whenever you're ready, brother, we can do it. Depending on the hat, they'll wholesale to you for somewhere between 16 and $20 a piece. If you want just a printed logo like what's on this one, these ones I can do these for you with your logo for about 16 bucks. You don't sell them for that though. If you're going to resell them, that hat's worth about $24.99, $25. Yeah, I did. I did Jay's hats. Those Jay's hats are a little more expensive. They are embroidered. My wife does all the embroidery, so yeah, for a little bit more money, we can do embroidered hats. I can also do. Unfortunately, it comes with a minimum. There is a minimum to not on all the hats, but on these ones I'm about to talk about. Um, yeah, for you and your family, yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I can do them for you for 16 or 16, 18 bucks a piece, the printed ones. But if you wanted to sell them, you want to be getting about 24, $25 for the hat. I do them for you guys and leave enough room for you to make some money on them. Like back to Jay's hats, his are embroidered. Matter of fact, I have one here. We did this one for RC Industry. Of course, here's our Tony's Hot Rod Garage hat, American flag on the bill. And these are the ones that we did for Jay, Rapid Transit Garage, embroidered hat. I don't have one handy, but we also do the Caspermatic hats for John Cope, as well as the Caspermatic shirts. What I should do, give me a second here. It's in the description, but I'll go ahead and throw the link up anyway. Here is a link to the website. This is my website, Gunslinger Graphics. That's what we call the other business. We've got I think 10 channels now. 13 channels, 14 including my own. We have on Gunslinger Graphics website. We're doing shirts and hats and hoodies. I can do hoodies and sweatshirts and that kind of thing too. Of my MK3 Super, I've had 3 of them. Those are cool. So when I do hats, how much do you add for the American flag on the bill? I actually buy the hat blanks with the American flag on the bill already. It's a couple dollars more than a regular hat that doesn't have it on it. Just depends on what the market's getting for them at that time. But I usually get the blanks, somewhere in the $12 to $14 range. So, a hat to you with, American flag style hat to you is, going to be embroidered about 25, not embroidered, with a doing this backwards with a print style logo on it, about 18. Embroidered hats with your logo, Renegade, are gonna. What are you thinking? Something like this, like a Richardson style snapback or a flex fit type hat. Either one of them I can do for about $20 to you. Dust Devil. Yeah, I just did I do Dust Devil Garage Brian stuff. Matter of fact, he just bought one of his own hoodies. And it sounds like he's pretty happy with it. The MK3 Supra. To me, the MK3 Supra looks like an IROC Camaro. Yeah, sorta. Just have you design a logo for me and promote myself rebuilding Vertex Magnetos. You should do that. Shoot me some ideas, man. My email is in the description. Or the Gunslinger Graphics has its own email too. It's just gunslingergraphics71@gmail.com. I'll go ahead and throw it up in here too. Let's see. Go ahead and throw that up there for you guys. I do believe that email address is also in the link, but or in the description on all of my videos. I've got YouTube pre-programmed to add all that stuff. Tony's Hot Rod Garage, his email is there. It's going to land on the same computer and same phone. Doesn't matter which one you send it to, I'll get it. But the website is definitely up there, and there's always a contact me page on the website. Pretty easy to find if you look for me. My wife had a friend from the gun show do our t-shirts for No Name Nationals, but it was short notice. They had to be white. Well, that shirt got worn all day Friday. It's done. I have the other shirt. When you say it's done, what do you mean? Did the graphics not hold up well? If you have the logo, Jack Stands, I'd be more than happy to take a look at it and see if it's see if something I could produce for you. And if it's not, it may be something I can touch up enough to where I can. I'm pretty picky about the product I put out. I take a lot of pride in it. I only use premium products, stuff that's been proven to last 50 plus wash cycles. It was a white shirt. I was thrashing to build a mini bike, so you stained the crap out of it. I wear the crap out of Tony's stuff and it lasts. Yeah, I will never sit here and tell anybody that I'm the cheapest option, because I'm not, and I'm actually not by quite a long way. I mean, if you really scour the internet, you can find places that do stuff super cheap, cheap, cheap. But you know what the word cheap means. Usually, you get what you pay for. I'm not the most expensive out there either, but I do strive to do a quality product for you. Something that holds up, because I wear them myself. I roll around under dump trucks all day long wearing this stuff, and it holds up. I can't tell you how many customer shirts I have, because if a color doesn't print right or something, I just when I run a first run on a new graphic or something, I always print it on something that'll fit me. If you get my drift. If it doesn't turn out quite right, it's not doesn't go to complete waste, and it becomes shop clothing for me. That also proves the test of time, what how the stuff holds up, because I beat the piss out of it. Jack Sands Steering Box 365 logo with a QR code on the front and a print of the car, the super mill on the truck and the back. I think I saw you wearing a shirt at No Name, weren't you? Or your wife was. One of you was. I remember seeing it. Yeah, most of the times cheap is not better. That's a fact. I mean, there's good value and then there's cheap, and we don't. Smart man. Yep, exactly. Yep, we offer three kinds of services: good, cheap, and fast. But you can only pick two. Good and cheap won't be fast. Good, fast, and good won't be cheap. Cheap and fast won't be good. You both wore them. Yeah, that's right. I do remember seeing the shirts. Yeah, as long as I can have a good quality graphic of the logo, and when I say good quality, I need something about 12 inches, for a back print at 300 or better DPI for it to really turn out nice. Um, yeah, if you send me something 3 inches at 72 DPI, there's not a whole bunch I can do about it. Um, if you send me a bigger file, something, that's say, I don't know, say 10 inches at like 150 or 200 DPI, most of the time I can clean that stuff up enough to turn out decent. Yeah, same here. I talked to more people my first year at No Name, and that was because I didn't have a car there. And last year I had the truck, and I didn't get to talk to as many people as I could. And of course, this year we had two cars there, so it was real difficult to find the time to hang out with everybody. I always say No Name needs to last all week for you to have enough time to spend time with everybody there. And honestly, there's nobody there that you don't want to spend time with. Everybody's cool. So I like my buddy Jason that came with me, with the rat rod this year. I built that car for him. I told him, I said, you will not find one asshole at No Name Nationals. And I stand by that statement. What did Bad Attitude Blake just say? Did I just hear you say you wanted 12? I usually have to cut the resolution down. Well, that's a good problem to have. But if you've got something and it's too big, and it's too big to send in an email, don't cut it down. Shoot me an email, and I'll open up a portal on my server for you, and you can upload it directly to my server. I've got a 18 terabyte server here in the office. I don't give a shit how big the file is. I'd rather shrink it down myself. That way I know that I'm giving you the best product I can. I want 3 to 5 shirts and 2 or 3 hats. We can make that happen. And you want the hats embroidered, Renegade, or printed? Now shoot me an email with exactly what you want, and I'll build you a quote and send it back to you. I'm almost positive because I made that sticker for you. I'm almost positive that I have your logo already done and ready to print. Renegade, where are you? Renegade's Garage. There it is. Wants them embroidered. Cool, cool. I'm pretty sure she Back when we originally talked, I'm pretty sure she digitized that, but I'll check with her tomorrow. Make sure. This is one-eyed cat's his first time making mac and cheese this year in my new fire pit. Right on. My buddy, we had, I don't know if any of you seen the short that I did on my birthday. We were having a party and a bonfire outside. I left the fire pit out there. My buddy came in here a couple days later and ran it over with his Jeep, smashed it to hell. And I thought for sure it was gone, or he felt like crap. He took it home, beat it back, and hell, you can't even tell. Good metal worker. It's actually the same guy that did my friend, the artist that did all the artwork on the rat rod for us this year. Be a while for the shirts, or can you do gray and orange parts? Oh, absolutely. Here, let me. I was just fixing to show you the graphic that I have done for you. Share it with everybody. Maybe somebody else will want to buy some. If anybody wants to buy them, I'll figure out the price and it'll automatically get Renegade $5 a piece to him. He's good with a hammer. That's a fact. Yeah, I thought that thing was a goner. Let's see. Window, share. There you go. Don't really know why it looks a little washed out on YouTube for some reason. It's being presented right from my computer, but the colors don't match on the YouTube screen, is what they do what I'm looking at. But yeah, nonetheless, I can do the colors. It'll be all white for the shirts. You can do, yes, absolutely, the gray and orange, just like you saw it on the screen just now. But like I said, for whatever reason, maybe it's Streamyard dumbing it down. There's that compression factor again. Maybe is why that orange kind of looked yellow there on YouTube, but it's orange. Beckerwood says I'd wear one of those. Well, if Renegade decides he wants to, and I start making some stuff for him, we could always put them up for sale on the website. Like I said, what I do for all the channels that I do this for is, I take care of selling them and making them and shipping them and everything, and it throws $5 per item that sells to the channel. But that would be a decision for him. He might want to buy them himself and sell them himself too. And I do that for some guys too. Let's see, Jackson says I could see I could do medium in a dark gray shirt, and I don't always wear black. It gets hot. Oh yeah, I can do all the colors. You saw our honey badger shirts. That's what they call a dark heather. I also do a sport gray. I can get just about any color shirt as long as the graphic looks good on it. We can do it. Rapid Transit J, his shirts we do on that same. It's called a dark heather. It's kind of like a gunmetal. It's like a gunmetal gray color. Because yeah, the black does get hot if you're out in the sun. I wear a lot of blacks. I'm in the shop all the time, and they just last longer and they don't get stained to hell. Everybody's got, that's just a preference. Pocket tees, yes, I can do pocket tees. Pocket tees usually add a couple dollars to the cost of the shirt for whatever reason. The shirt makers, the, the pocket shirts just cost more. Need it small in the front pocket and big on the back. Yep, I remember that's what we talked about doing before. Yeah, that's no problem at all. Love a pocket tee so I can carry more stuff. Yep, just like Chris always says from Busted Radio Garage, that's handier than a shirt pocket. Now, when I used to smoke cigarettes, I always had a pocket tee. Always had to have somewhere to put that pack of cigarettes. And for shop shirts, it's always nice. You have a pocket screwdriver right there, or all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I'm a big fan of pocket tees. For me, I want a pocket tee the fans can order with or without. Absolutely. Renegade says my dad used to say a shirt without a pocket is just a rag, right? Yeah, we just most of them we do the without without the pockets, because that's what people want to pay for. But they are definitely available, and they're not enormously more. They just are a little bit more. It's like when I make shirts for John Cope, he has a preference. He likes, and he don't mind paying for them. They are expensive. But whenever I do a shirt for him, it's always on a Carhartt pocket tee. And those things are stupid expensive, but it's the name brand. But they're and I think they're worth it. I mean, they're usually, $30 to $40 for a finished product, but shit, most of the time I have to pay about $29 for the blank shirt, the Carhartts, but they're tough. Man, they're tough shirts. So yeah, anybody got a preference, it's a special order item, but I can get them. I can put it on whatever you want. If you all know Patrick from Horsepower TV, he always wears a mechanic shirt with a pocket protector. I used to use pocket protectors back in the day. Always had them full of machinist tools. And it was handy that way because you take the whole thing out with all the tools and set it down. It was just quicker to put it together. Patrick was my instructor at the School of Automotive Machinists. Never asked to borrow a pen from him. I reckon me and Cope would be a similar size. I'll send you an email for sure. I will warn you, Aaron, it gets expensive to ship out of the country. I do it, but I will warn you the shipping and duties it gets dumb. Every once in a while, I'll get international orders, and I feel bad for the people buying them, really, because to get the product to them usually ends up costing as much or more than the product itself did. Duluth shirts. I've never had a request for one, but I get all my stuff from the two largest shirt wholesalers in the world. I can definitely look into it for you. Yeah, exactly. It sucks. It's the damn governments that get all the money. But I do have several customers in other countries that, yeah, they don't care either. They they buy the stuff because they want it. Actually, believe it or not, you know who a lot of stuff. I get a lot of sales on out of the country is Unity Motorsports. Andy Wood's Casper shirts seem to go out of the country quite a bit. Hey Tony, if you send Aaron a shirt, let me know. I'll send him one and send you some cash to help with the shipping. Oh, you want to send him one of your shirts? Is that what you're saying, Blake? If that's what you want to do, just make sure I have it, and it really won't cost any more. It doesn't. It's not the quantity. It's just the getting the package overseas that costs. So to throw one of your shirts in with one that he buys off the website or whatever would be negligible. Couple dollars extra, if that. So yeah, just make sure I have the shirt that you want to send to him. So if I'm understanding what you were saying when you're saying you're similar to size and John Cope, you're saying you want a 4X, Aaron? That's what Cope wears. Yeah, see, Aaron Blake's asking the same thing. For is it a 4X that you want or a 3? Operator Solid Snake is back. He was checking his YouTube studio. Right on. You know, that's kind of what's cool too, Solid Snake, about hanging out with us guys. Is I mean, I'll tell you a personal story. My truck, my drag truck, it's a truck that I bought when I was a sophomore in high school. So I've had it for 35 years almost. And about 9 years ago, it blew a head gasket. I pulled the engine and trans out of it, and front group off the body, and started cleaning it up, and life happened, and it sat for 7 years out in the back 40, rotting away. I built a badass engine for it, the one that that's in it now on the channel. But starting my channel and getting involved with this automotive community that we're all part of here now, the No Name Nationals community, is what lit the fire under my ass to finally put that truck back together and do something with it. Peckerwood says maybe even a 5X if you could swing it. 5Xs are no problem for me, Aaron. If that's what you want, as long as Blake can pull off whatever it is he wants to give you. But also, Blake, if you don't have any 5X shirts, just send me your graphics. I'll print it on a 5X for him. Oh, and he does have a 5X and regular t-shirts, but not dry fit. But if you're cool with that, Aaron, I'll send it to Tony when you order. T would be fine, Blake. Thanks a lot. I think I have your address. I'm doing more videos lately. May have to stop by and do a collaboration video. Oh, Jack Stands is talking to you, Blake. Bad Attitude C10 near Dallas. Yep. Hashtag fat guy. That's me. Guilty. He says, I think I have your address. I'm doing more videos lately. I may have to stop by and do a collab video. Rapid Transit J said, I had the same experience with the Dart. Yep. Yeah, Blake says he has 3 or 4 5Xs. Not even sure what a dry fit is. The dry fits are those real nice. They're kind of a smooth, slinky shirt. I really like them. They're super comfy. I've actually got one of Blake's Bad Attitude C10 dry fits. It's great to hear. Roadkill has been a huge love of mine since episode 1. Hell yeah. Love to do more vehicle related stuff. Well, definitely. Let's see. You've only seen the tip of the iceberg, buddy. Here in this live tonight, I think we had about 25 in here earlier. There's 17 in here now. There's over, I want to say, over 150 channels involved in our little community. Check out, hashtag No Name Nationals and John Wilburn's channel. He's live every Friday night before I am. He goes on at I'm not sure what the Eastern time zone is, but it's 5 o'clock here, and then I go on at 7 after him. Let me see here. I don't know if you're on Facebook at all, Operator Solid Snake, but you can go. You can also in fact, Jay Rapid Transit Jay, who's in here tonight with us, administrates the No Name Nationals official No Name Nationals Facebook page. Mrs. One Eyed Cat says it's 8 p.m. his time. Hanlon's is in the house. Good to see you, man. Go ahead and throw up the link to John Wilburn's channel. Yeah, if you want to check out the rest of the No Name Nationals community, definitely that's a good place to start. And anything hashtag No Name Nationals. I think we got like 150,000 videos up now. If you run the hashtag through YouTube. Let's see if I can find the Facebook page. Groups. No Name Nationals. Copy. Paste. And there is the link to the No Name Nationals Facebook group. Peckerwood says 10 a.m. Saturday in his neck of the woods. Let's see. Blake says, Tony, I sent you a message on Facebook when you get a chance. Let me read this here real fast, guys. All right, brother. We're still on. You get a chance. It'd be good to have you. Let's see. Did a bunch of sticker swaps last year where I got emails and address, trade stickers and merch. I have new stickers now. It's smart just to get a phone number. Yeah, I totally agree. That's why when I do sticker swaps, I have my business card that I had printed up with the channel logo and the little QR code on it and my phone number. Everybody gets a sticker, gets one of them cards. So if they want to reach out, they can. Only thing I can say is if you do have my phone number and you've never called me before, shoot me a text before you do, because I usually don't answer phone numbers I don't recognize. Once you call me and we talk and I know who you are, I save you in the contacts, and then you just call me whenever you want. Sold the twin turbo Ford. have a new to me project. Oh, nice. That's freaking cool, Hanlon. 86 Buick Regal T type. It's not an easy car to come by. That's a score right there, man. How many channels are we now? That's what I was kind of guessing out there now. Earlier, I want to say there's 150 or more channels involved in No Name now. There's a bunch. Thanks for, I'm guessing, sharing the Facebook page. Jack senses and picking up the big project next Friday. After that, I think I'll jump on your lives on Fridays if you don't mind. Absolutely. I don't mind at all. That's why the link's up there. Oh, for sure. Absolutely. We need to make everybody aware what a great community that, we're involved with. And, Operator Solid Snake here, he's got a cool channel. I went and checked him out. Never seen him before, or I don't know how he found us, but he came into this live tonight and he's been hanging out with us. Seems like a really cool dude. Got some cool stuff. I'd recommend checking out his channel. And he wants to start doing some more automotive content. I think he'd fit right in with us. It's like I said, the one thing that I like to brag about the No Name Nationals is you will not find one asshole there. Even if you look for one, you won't find it. Renegade says, I got to run, but I'm excited about getting the shirts and hats soon. Take care, everyone, and stay safe. Absolutely, brother. Glad you stopped and hung with us tonight. We'll talk soon. Oh, shit. Look where the cat dragged in. What are you up to, Brian?
I don't know. Wearing a white shirt for the first time in
I know that ain't like you.
Like ever. Yeah, I know. Laundry day. So what's going on?
We're just chatting and hanging out, and got a new guy come in here. He's got a pretty cool channel and been hanging out with us tonight. I don't know if you were watching Operator Solid Snake.
Oh yeah. I was listening. I was listening while I was working on editing a video.
I don't know if the algorithm just threw my live out, or I don't know where he came from, but he's been hanging out with us, and I checked out his channel, threw him a sub.
Yeah, that's
like
cool.
A pretty cool dude.
Video game guy. I like video games.
Right. Yeah, that's he's talking about growing his channel and stuff, and he's got 670 or 600. I subbed. I gave him got him 628. Shit, do gaming lives. He'll grow his channel.
Oh yeah. I'm actually wanting to start a gaming channel, but oh man, I got so much going on. We just got done doing inventory at work. This whole week has been shit. I slept all day today, making up for it.
Mrs. One-Eyed Cat says, I know one, but he knows who he is. You talking about the asshole? Yeah, but we don't have no assholes at No Name.
Me?
You're a self-proclaimed asshole. That doesn't mean you're perceived as one.
You know, Dennis was talking about that car earlier. That is a really nice car. I remember that car when he first got it. Yeah, it's a Dart Sport. 344 speed Dart Sport. I'm glad he was able to get that car back.
That is cool. I'm the same way, Hanlon. White shirts and me don't work well. I like them because they look nice, but I wear a white shirt and that sumbitch has got a grease stain on it about 2 minutes later.
Oh yeah, this one's still white. You can tell I haven't left the house today.
Right.
I don't know. This is from last week. From last week's when I was on here last week. And I was talking about the
oh yeah, you came on at the end. We talked about the 333 class a little bit.
They changed some stuff. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't. Again, I caught the ass end of the live. I didn't hear a whole lot on the 333.
I really like the change that they made, even though my car still doesn't fit. It still lets in a lot more cars. They've changed it to basically he did the math, and I think it's like 9 pounds per cubic inch. So you could go up to like 364 cubic inches or something, and the weight
On
of the
3,000
car.
pounds.
No, not on 3,000 pounds. Your car would weigh more. It's basically a weight break.
Gotcha.
But you could go all the way up. So they're allowing more engines in, and I that's that right there is enough for me to say yes. That'll probably be a viable class now. I'm 100% behind it, even though they still won't let me run my big tires. But oh well.
I think it should be more of a run. Well, your car falls into your car is just a different kind of car. That's a run what you brung category.
Well, the thing is, I understand why they don't want to do a run with your brung thing, because then you got basically pro mods coming in like they did with the 10.5,
Well,
chassis cars and stuff.
Every fucking track on the planet has a run what you brung night. So
Yeah,
I
but
kind of get it too.
I mean, I could see some different things, but still, then you'd still have the heavy hitters would all be in that class, and it would limit everybody else who'd been wanting to try.
Right.
But I like what they did with it. I think it's a good change. 100%. I like it.
But even take the 28-10-5 class. I mean, let's face it, for what it's worth, guys like us, we don't have a snowball's chance in hell of winning the purse.
The thing is, I think one or two certain changes to the 28-10-5 class would make it to where more guys would have a chance. If you would just say you have to have stock suspension, stock frame rails, there you go.
And
you get rid of any tube chassis cars. You get rid of all the 4-link cars. You get rid of all the crap. And then you would have our fast guys out there.
Right. Well, you take Dallas's car, for instance. That's a 4-link car from the factory, though.
Yeah, but I'm talking about non-factory 4-link stuff.
Gotcha.
Non-factory stuff. You got to have factory suspension.
And you could
factory
go
frame rails. You cannot have tube chassis. Frame connectors I could see, because that's just, but you're connecting to the factory frame rails.
Yeah,
it has to be an addition to the factory shit.
Right. And
I mean, that would have knocked out Dennis's old car, but
well, technically that would even knock out my truck.
You still have a factory frame.
I got a factory frame, and I'm still on well, they're not factory leaf springs, but it's still
no. But the leaf spring mounting places are still the same.
They are, but the sliders are not.
That doesn't matter.
They're in the same location.
That's an add-on, though. That's not a complete change in the suspension.
It's not really an add-on. It's more of a modification than an add-on. But yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't change the fact that it's your truck is not a tube chassis truck.
Right.
And that, I think that would have changed a lot of the 10.5 class.
Well, and you take
I mean, even, but there's a lot of guys that wouldn't be able to.
Well, Bad Attitude Blake with his C10, for instance, he got knocked out. He wanted to do the tailgate throwdown, but he got knocked out of that because he's 4-link. And that truck was originally 4-link.
Yeah, but if you go and put it in an aftermarket
4-link style of 4-link, but it fucked him. He couldn't run in the class.
They want, and that's what I'm saying. Though you do a factory type suspension. I guess I would say you knock out like an adjustable 4-link where you put in where basically you're putting a 4-link in coilovers and taking away the factory shit.
Right.
If it was a leaf spring truck to begin with, which his wasn't, his was a coil spring truck, but he's adding coilover shocks, adjustable coilover shocks, where there were just coilovers. You know what I mean?
Right. So why should that kick him out of the class? Because he's still using the original factory, the long arms.
If he's using the factory shit, I don't know though. I don't
Yeah,
know how a
but
lot of people would.
they
I
wouldn't
don't
let
know.
him run in
I
that
would
class.
consider
The
adjustable
only thing
coilovers a bit
he
much.
changed was instead of using the factory spring buckets, he put a coilover on it, but it's still a coil spring suspension to start with. So I thought that was kind of crappy,
Yeah.
you know. I thought, and, they would have let him run in the run what you brung, but then he's up against fucking pro mods and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're saying, that's not fair. I don't know. It just, to your point, and his truck is a great example of the point that you're trying to make here. That I
I
think he
would
should have
say
been
anything that anything that would get rid of a tube chassis car where they change the whole chassis of the car. You know what I'm saying? Have it be all factory pickup locations. Which
right,
still, I'm
see right
sorry,
there.
would
Blake just chimed in. I have factory suspension, the
yeah.
long arms that were on those C10s. He's still got them. And his coilovers are mounted exactly where the factory shocks mounted, but they wouldn't let him run in a factory suspension class. I thought that was wrong.
Yeah.
He
I don't
should
know.
have been able to run, but they wanted to throw him to the fucking wolves, so he just chose not to go. But
Well, that's the thing too. If it was an
plus,
all
his truck
factory
ain't done
frame,
yet for
if the
other
car
reasons.
was a factory frame, rails all the way through, or well, on a unibody, that's the only thing I would say with unibody is you have your factory front frame rail and your rear, you can connect them. But
Right.
on a full frame car, if it's a factory frame and all of the mounting points are the same, I don't see why they wouldn't bitch. Why
Right.
they would have bitched. But you also look at something like Professor P's Cookie Monster. It's got coilovers on the front and got rid of the torsion bars. I don't think that's factory suspension myself. I don't think that's in the factory suspension mounting point. You know what I mean? You've totally changed the front end of that car. But
What about relocated leaf springs, like for super stock springs or inboarded springs, like they do? Fuck, you used to be able to buy that shit straight from direct connection.
yeah, I don't know.
Where do you
I
draw
don't know
that
how you
line?
would do that because you still have the spring,
Right.
and all you're doing there is you're not. But that doesn't enhance the chassis of the car. All that is for is to make room for bigger tires.
Right.
And if they're going to keep it 28-10-5, then some cars may have to do that to fit a 28-10-5 and look good. I don't know. I know I could probably throw a 28-10-5 on mine. Which, if I do enter that class, if for some reason I think I may, be competitive in that class by the time, I may throw some 28-10-5s on it. But I'm a freak. Everybody's going to freak out because I'm going to put them on 12-inch wide rims.
People do it all the time.
Yeah, but they look huge.
Actually,
Found some 12-inch wide rims that will stick out almost as much as my tires do now if I put a 28-10-5 on there.
oh yeah, you just get a 15 by 12 with a, I don't know, a 3-inch backspace or something. They're
Yeah,
gonna hang out the
it'd look all
side
right.
like yours.
It'd look all right.
Because yours are 15 by 15, right?
14.
15 by 14 with what backspace? Probably a 7.5.
I don't know. I've never even measured it. They're pretty far back there, though. I need to do that, though. I need to measure that.
Yeah, because see, like mine that are on the truck they're 15 by 12 with a 5.5-inch backspace. But remember, my truck technically has a narrowed rear end in it.
Yeah. Well,
Technically, because it's a car
my
rear end.
Duster technically has a wider than stock rear end in it.
Right.
I've
Right.
got an early B body rear end in mine.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. If you got a 15 by hell, even my 15 by 12s with that 5.5-inch backspace would probably stick out pretty good on your car.
Oh yeah.
Mine tuck the way they do because that rear end is 5 inches narrower than a truck rear end is.
fuck? Chad just sent me something on Facebook.
Oh, was that you? I thought that was my
Yeah,
phone.
that was me.
Track it.
Oh, I got it. I'm going to share this. Somebody needs to buy this. Hold on. Where am I at here? God, I got so many things open. I've been doing all kinds of stuff today. Somebody needs to buy this, convert it to a motorhome.
What is it?
You'll see. StreamYard. Yeah.
That's like Breaking Bad Part 2.
It's a prison bus.
I know, right? It's a rolling meth lab.
But look at all the room. Oh, somebody has converted it. Ooh.
Yeah. Now I'm even more certain it's a rolling meth lab.
Oh.
Look at the fucking
Oh.
thing.
You know who needs this? God, I hate to say it without. Is that got stairs going down? That prison bus have a basement. JB needs to buy this.
What's JB gonna do with it?
To haul his fucking trash truck with it and have some place to sleep at no name.
There you go.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's nice. All right, hopefully that goes away. It doesn't just bring up my next window. Yeah, it went away. Okay. We look up weird shit all the time. Here's another one. I'll bring up another one.
I'm part of the same Discord. I know.
Oh, you're gonna love this. Where's my? Oh, I closed it out. God damn it! I got so much crap open. Here, let's close out some tabs here. Been doing some big block research today.
Have you?
Yeah. Did you see that that cam that I put up in that cam card I put up in Discord?
I did not. I haven't been in Discord today.
All right, here we go. There, we got it closer to here. Get rid
Speaking
of
of big block Mopars, if Blake ever makes it in here, him and I were talking. Him and I might be collaborating on raffling off some big block and small block camshafts.
Look at that.
What the? That some bitch has been sitting there a minute.
Yeah. But man, you gotta admit that could be made cool again.
You bet your ass it could be.
It's just that it's so long. Look how long that is. That's church bus style.
Uh-huh.
But oh, that's too
I
long
wonder
for
if it's
me.
been modified or if it's that's a
No,
factory van chassis.
that's the long wheelbase. With me and Jed have been going through van stuff lately.
What is it?
For
Is
a
it a
reason.
100?
It's probably a 200. It doesn't
What's
say.
it got in at a 360?
Doesn't say. I wish they showed interior pictures. I mean, if this van wasn't so damn long, I would want it. I would want it to haul my race car with.
Why wouldn't you want it? Why
Purple and
wouldn't you
all
be?
that fits in,
What's
but
wrong with it being long? It's gonna be
I
a
don't want a
better.
long ass van like that.
It's gonna be a better tow rig being longer.
Yeah, but still. I want something I could also drive to work every once in a while and not take up 5 parking places.
Well, if they'd make fucking parking places the size they should, you wouldn't have a problem.
But no, I mean, if somebody wanted this is up in Minnesota, $800, you want a fucking tow rig. There you go.
Shit, yeah.
It ain't rust. Doesn't look rusty either. Maybe a little bit back here.
I
But
can't wait to see Wilburn get that that van axle I brought him under his van.
now here's a question. You'll probably know better than me. The 9 1/4. That was a okay rear. That was a good rear end for towing, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. I know it was a C-clip rear end, and that's
It
why it
is.
never really took off in like drag racing or anything like that. But
No, but you can take a 9 1/4 and put non-C-clip wheel ends on it
well, did they have problems with them or something, or what? Why aren't people using them?
because it's easier to do a Dana or an 8 3/4 because you got to cut
Okay.
the ends off and change the ends if you want to put put like a green bearing in them, a semi-floating bearing in them. But it can be done. Hell, I've done it. They're a good rear end. They take a lot of beating, and of course it's like a Dana, it's a non-removable chunk. Where was the van, Brian? Did you say Minnesota? I think he did, Jay. Was that van
Yeah,
in
it's in
Minnesota?
let's see. Well, I don't know. Yeah, in Minnesota.
Aaron says I'd be on that like white on rice.
Mabel, Minnesota. If somebody wants it, it's $800. I think it's a good buy.
I
The only
agree.
problem I would have is how big of a trailer would you need to haul that son of a bitch? I mean, it's got turbines on it. Oh, there he is. I'll send him a link. Go get it, Jay.
You could
There,
haul it
Jay. I
on a
sent you the
you could
link.
haul it on a 16-foot trailer. It's acid hang off, but so what?
I did make a purchase that pertains to all of this, but I'm getting permission first to see if I could talk about it because we're not really sure how we're going to do everything with it yet. But yeah, I mean, Jay, I actually hope you pick that van up. I would love to see that.
That would be cool. That would be super cool.
See, look, I have Marketplace open and I can't stop. I can't help myself.
Drug
Anyway, what were we talking about?
the van,
Hmm.
Jay in the van. Oh, and I was talking about me and Blake were talking about possibly getting our hands on some NOS Mopar cams and
Oh, you want Blake said he
raffle them
wants to
off.
see the cam card that was mentioned. Okay. Let's see here. I gotta find it. Oh, it wasn't there. I've got two that I could get my hands on. My machinist.
Yeah,
This
we,
is
we
the
we know what he's looking for. Is it in the Discord,
browser.
Brian?
I got it. I got it.
Did you get it?
Yeah. I don't know how good you're gonna be able to see it, but
I'll full screen it.
my machinist got a hold of a couple of cams that had a little damage to them, roller cams,
Look
and
at
got
look,
them ground
look,
down. And
look at what Jay just said. Crap, that's only 4 hours from him.
go get it. I can't spin it either. It sucks. It's kind of the way it is, but
Download it to your computer and then rotate it.
that's hard.
No, it isn't.
Anyway, it's a fucking let's see, duration at 50, 259.5, valve lift 648. It's a solid roller cam. He's got two of them, and that's the little one. He basically had these because one of the he had I guess somebody had a cam that a roller went bad on, and it damaged the lobe. So, and it was a huge cam, so he sent it in to get it reground, and basically this is what he was able to get out of this one. He's
Rabid
got
Transit Family Truckster. Oh shit, yeah, I like that name.
But yeah, I'm thinking about building an engine around that cam.
That'd be cool.
Or this one. Let me get rid of that one. Bring this one up. I think that's the big one. Yeah, that's the bigger one. That one's the duration of 50 is 279.3 and 682 lift. .108 center line. I might not be ready for that one yet, though.
What's the LSA?
LSA. Lobe separation 109. 109.8. So it says right here in the middle anyway. Here, I can make it bigger. Woo. There, how about that?
Didn't change on the screen.
Did that make it big on your screen?
Didn't change it.
Oh, that sucks.
I'm still looking for the fucking LSA. I don't see it.
It's right in the middle of the lobe separation. It says 109.8. I'm not sure what all these things mean. That's why I was doing other research last night.
Yeah.
I know Hughes says basically the size of a cam is the duration at 50.
Correct.
It is not the lift.
Correct.
Well,
Well,
I was looking at his chart, and 259 or 3. Here we go. Duration of 50, 259. Was that the big one? What was the other one?
Jay messaged on the van.
Nice.
Y'all are a bad influence, he says.
Oh. Oh, okay. That's still the little cam. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm looking at the LSA. It says 108.3.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, the little cam has a LSA of 109. Okay, yeah, and you're looking at the 108. That's the bigger cam. That's duration of 50 is 279 on that one and 259 on the other. But I was looking at his charts. Basically, he's got a bunch of charts that show the lobe separation or the duration at 50. And yeah, those are pretty high fucking numbers from what he was showing. I'm like, Plus, I could pick both of these cams up for like $200 each.
Oh no shit.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, there's that. Where are we at here? Okay, we can stop sharing now. Stop sharing. There we go. But yeah, I'm considering it. What I'm wondering, here's what another question I have for guys who have built engines more than me. Because Edelbrock has a couple different sets of heads.
Mm-hmm.
I know the Victor heads are badass, but I'm not going to go that far yet. But you've got the E Street heads, which are smaller and shit. And then you've got the RPM heads.
The what ones?
The RPM, the Edelbrock RPM,
the RPM heads, yeah.
Now, here's the thing. The E Streets are considerably cheaper.
Right.
Than the RPMs. And if I'm going to have them ported anyway, shouldn't I just go with the cheaper and have them ported to basically what I want to do is take that cam card to my porter, and because Everybody asks him. Dennis might be in here. He knows who I'm talking about.
Dennis went to bed.
Oh, but everybody asks, this guy ports heads. It's what he does. One of his main things that he does.
Right.
But everybody always asks, well, what's it going to cost? And he's like, well, or how good can you get them? And it's his answer is, how much money you want to spend?
That's exactly what it boils down to. And see, when you look at the Victor head versus the E Street head, we'll go from one end clear to the other end and compare the cost and compare the flow numbers and compare the potential flow numbers you could get out of the ported head.
Yeah.
And the amount of money you're going to spend to get there, you'd almost be better off buying a more expensive head to start with.
The Victor, yes. But the Victor is also a totally separate entity, though, because the
You got to
Victor
run
is
different rockers and everything with them.
the Victor is basically re-engineered the Mopar head. But now, say you go with something like the E Street head and the RPM head. There's not a whole lot. I mean, the E Street head doesn't flow as good as the RPM head, but they're basically the same head.
Well, see, that's a Shane Polito question. He can tell you those numbers. He's probably got them stored in memory.
Yeah.
He's an Edelbrock man.
But what I'm wondering is, okay, like I said, you've got the E Street and the RPM. Those are comparable heads.
There's not a whole lot of difference in price between the E Street and the RPM.
About $500 difference in price.
Well, that $500 ain't going to go very far with a head porter.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. I'm going to spend the money anyway. So why not save the $500, buy the cheap ones, and have him? Because I'm going to have either set ported anyway.
Well, not if you don't need to.
Oh, but I do need to. When it comes to a cam like that.
Well, when it comes to a cam like that, you need heads that flow like mine do.
Over 300 at 650 lift.
Yeah.
But that's what I was going to do. I was going to take the heads to him, hand the porter the cam card, and say,
my heads are fucking 89% efficient at 750 thousandths of lift. 86% efficient at 600 thousandths of lift, which is about where my cam is at.
But that was the whole thing. I was going to basically hand the porter the heads
on the intake and 300 on the exhaust. See, and that's
what is yours run on the intake?
At 600, 352 CFM, 354 CFM. I was just
that's like 700 horsepower potential right there.
750.
Yeah.
Yep. But that
was the whole thing. That was the whole thing. I think that would help.
A lot of fucking money in those heads too.
Well, yeah, but I think it would help the head porter out if I could hand him that cam card and say, "Here, make those heads work with this." You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, that's exactly what I was just saying, Blake. The head you start with still make a difference. If you buy entry level head and the ports on the upgraded heads, port work costs a shit ton more. $500 won't go far in getting port work done.
Yeah, but what is going to be the difference in the port work? That's what I'm just wondering is what is the difference?
You want to look at valve size?
I mean, if I wanted to go crazy, I would do what a lot of people are doing and just buying the bare fucking Chinese heads and have all the port work done and get all the good valves and change out the
Actually, I'll never fucking do that again. That's what I did with my heads. I took the fucking Chinese fucking Speedmaster head and turned it into a fucking Edelbrock Victor head. And I spent
spending a lot more money doing that.
I spent $3,500 fucking dollars on top of what I paid for the fucking heads. And that was in 2016.
Yeah, you spend a lot more money doing that. I could probably take a set of Vic. Now that's the other thing too, though. I could probably take a set of Victor heads, and they would probably work with that cam fucking fine without doing anything to them.
You're right, they would.
I just need to weigh all of that.
Let me see. I can tell you what the Victor heads flow.
Hughes used to have a good chart, but they don't do porting anymore. Do you know that?
He got rid of his CNC.
He got rid of everything. They're not doing any engine machining anymore. They're
No
not doing
way.
any. Yeah, read it on the
Well,
website.
Dave got old.
Yeah, it
Dave
says on
got
the
old.
website, I don't want to lift heavy shit anymore.
That's a shame. That means my cylinder heads just tripled in value. I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's who I had do mine. They went through his CNC and then he hand finished them. And I've got the fucking flow chart from when he flowed them after he was done with them. That's where I'm getting my numbers from. Is my heads.
Yeah. Well, the guy I'm going to have do him, he has a flow bench too. He does a lot of work around here.
That's a shame. I mean, it happens though. You know, everybody gets old and fucking quits. You know, doing shit. That sucks
Yeah, and you
though.
can't and you can't get the younger generation to want to do that kind of work. They
Yeah.
all want to. They've all been told throughout their whole high school life that they have to go to college and work in an office.
Said Blake, that's just what we were just talking about a little bit ago with the shirts that I do and stuff. You know, you get what you fucking pay for.
Well, it's
Right.
not always that you get what you pay for. It's with what I'm talking about is you're going to get what you pay for either in buying it first or having the work done. You're going to pay for it.
Wow, that really bums me out to hear that Hughes ain't doing port work no more.
But he even took down, like he used to have that chart that showed what he could get out of what heads.
Right.
And he took that down off the website now.
I'll be
Basically
damned.
use that as a reference on what the factory heads flowed,
Right. Well, I have a copy of that chart also. I can look at it, but
I mean, they say that the Edelbrock RPMs, they don't give the actual flow numbers, but I think they said they flow around 291 at 600 lift, which isn't awful. It's better than a stock head.
no, if
It's
they
better
come
than
out of
an
the
iron
box
head,
flowing
but
291, a good porter could probably get them up in the 330 range.
yeah. Well, like I said, I know this guy that I'm going to go to is good. There's proof. There was proof at the No Name
Oh, I
Nationals that this
understand.
guy is good.
And
He's
if
the
he's
guy.
that
Who was
good,
that?
he's
Who was
not
that has the
cheap.
red Challenger? The red Challenger with the cast iron heads.
Ross, RT211.
Yeah, what was he running?
Iron-headed small block.
No, but what times was he running with that iron-headed small block? It was fucking
Fuck.
crazy.
It was fucking crazy for an iron-headed small block. I think he was pulling low sevens out of it, wasn't he?
I think he was more into the sixes.
Hey, look who showed up.
What's up, Jed?
What's happening, brother? Yeah, we're just in here chewing on flow numbers at the moment.
Jed, you care if I show the thing we've been talking about for fucking the last 3 days now?
Well, you have to now, you bastard.
No,
You
I don't
brought it
have
up.
to. He can say no.
I know, I'm just teasing.
He can say no, we're keeping that super secret. And I'll be like, all right, super secret. But no, the guy's name is Dan Smith, and he ported those heads. And he's a fucking wizard. He's also one of the only people in the area that makes money bracket racing. He actually makes profit. Okay, let me say he makes a profit bracket racing.
Shit, you make $1 million racing.
Yeah, you got to become a drag racing millionaire, you got to start out a billionaire.
Right. Yeah, you make
But
$1
this
million
guy actually
racing,
makes
you start
money
with 2
racing.
and you quit when you have 1 left.
No, this guy is the opposite of that analogy.
Right. Oh no, there are some people that actually pull it off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jay says Ross's Challenger was wicked. From what he said, it was nothing magical stroker.
Mm-mm. It's all in that head work that Dan Smith did.
Oh, Absolutely.
I'd like to see the flow numbers on that, on his heads. I'm sure he's got them. He's local to me. I could become friends with him and just to get those flow numbers. Nah, I like the guy, so I'm hoping we can do some stuff later on, like in the spring and summer.
Well, I will say this, and I know from experience, a Magnum 360 iron head, about the best you're going to get out of it is right at 300.
There's a
Been there.
company selling Magnum, the new Magnum heads, not the old
Correct.
good ones, the ones that are in the China ones now.
Oh,
But they're porting them out and they're getting like 295 at 550 lift. But that 295 stays from like 475 lift all the way up to 550. That
right. And
number
see
doesn't
that's
change.
and see that's actually good.
Oh yeah, that's a son because it's hitting that flow all the way through
And
and
it's
all the way
hitting the
back.
ceiling, but it's holding it. And that, that's a good thing for peak numbers, for peak and average numbers. But no, when I was dirt track racing, I was buying those fucking the good ones that you're talking about. They called them the Iron Ram heads. They came from Australia.
Yeah, they were the Engine Quest heads.
Right. Well, I bought
That's
I
the
bought them
company that made
I
them.
bought them through Dave Hughes and had him port them. And we were getting 301, 302 out of them on the intake and about 260-ish on the exhaust, if I remember right.
That's a hell of a fucking that's good
Oh
flow
yeah,
numbers
no,
out
we
of
were getting
Iron
about
Head.
yeah, we
Shit.
were getting about 610 horse out of them. They were 408 strokers.
Yeah.
Uh, we were limited by the class to flat tappet cams and iron heads. So we ran those heads and we ran solid flat tappet cams, and I ran Hughes's well, they're a Jessel style, or a T&D, not Jessel, but T&D style rockers, his 1.6 rockers. The two on the two on the shaft for the Magnum heads, the style,
Hmm.
T&D style rockers. With solid flat tappet cams. The fuckers, they wouldn't even let us run mushroom lifters. We had to run regular solid flat tappet lifters. But that's what you get when you're class racing. You got to abide by fucking rules.
Yeah.
But, they all hated us because we had so much more fucking power than the Chevy boys did.
But if you're going by the rules, what are they going to do?
Right. Well, and the funny thing was we were dicks. We used to fuck with the tech guys because the rule number one was no aluminum heads. Of course, we're making all this power, so we were hated anyways. We painted the fucking heads aluminum.
Yeah. That's what I would do.
And they'd get, you can't run them fucking heads. And I always had my pocket screwdriver in my pocket, and I'd fling it at the head and watch the magnets stick to it. Yeah, nope, they're iron. Don't worry, we ain't cheating. But fooled you, didn't I? But that was, again, those were those, the good Iron Ram Magnum heads, that were, treated to the best port work. I don't know what you could do with a 205 intake and a 165 exhaust. I couldn't tell you what you get out of an LA head. Probably similar.
Probably close, but the Magnum heads won. And plus they were all closed chamber.
Right.
They were all. I mean, it was just a better head all around.
Right.
I wish the only thing I wish
we
is they would have
ran.
left the shaft mount rockers on them. I wish they wouldn't have changed from the shaft mount rockers.
Yeah, we did have, especially back in those days, we had a hard time keeping stable valve train. But that's why when we finally went to that T&D style rocker, which was fucking expensive, but it solved the problem. Now shit, we ran every fucking girdle and poly lock and everything known to fucking man, and we were constantly breaking valve springs or losing control of the valve train. It was a real pain in the ass up until we went ahead and dropped the cheese and got those T&D rockers, and it solved the problem. And if I was going to do a Magnum engine to this day, that's how I build them. It just is what it is, unless you're running stock or low performance shit. Something you want to rev and sustain revs, you got to have stable valve train. Jed's lurking.
Yeah, I can't believe he's still awake.
I'm watching the stuff I missed. Oh, he's scrolling back.
Oh, okay.
Just about to check the
Oh, okay.
prison
The
bus.
prison bus.
So are you
That's what I
still
think
think?
is.
Go ahead.
Go
I was
ahead.
just
What were you
saying,
saying?
are you still thinking about going big block in the Duster, or are you going to stay
Yeah.
small block?
No, I'm going big block. Maybe not for next year, but that's where I'm kind of running into problems. Is do I want to spend money on this fucking small block, or just get it running and just get the car right and run it the way it is? Because I've still never run this combination ever and got a good pass out of it. Or do I want to add some stuff to the small block and spend money where I could be spending money on the big block? It's just
I'll save for your not shifting gears like you're supposed to, and
yeah, I got
fucking
to learn to drive first.
skidding through the fucking traps. I mean, I thought the car, it seemed pretty potent for what it is going down the track.
Where it was in the middle, I mean, I don't really have much to go by except for like my little street racing days and shit. But during the middle, that thing pulled harder than anything I've ever had.
Well, you pulled the whole fucking thing in second gear, so that's why right in the middle
Yeah,
of
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm saying where it should have been in second gear
yeah,
felt really good.
right.
And I also my video that's going to be coming out. I'm probably going to put it out tomorrow or Sunday. That I just finished editing is I got a new steering gearbox.
I
I
knew
got that
you
one
got
from
the new box.
Jed's.
Did you get it in?
Yeah, I still got to hook up the column and underneath, but I'm going with different way to. I'm putting a U joint on there on the column instead of the factory crap,
How come?
just because I like it better. It just looks safer to me than the factory crap. I don't know.
Ah, you've got the old box slider
Mhm.
style, right? There's nothing wrong with those.
Probably not, but I'm still going to put the U joint on there.
Put the U joint on there.
But the thing is, where was I at? Oh, I was underneath the car. Okay. And I looked back because I saw the header wrap hanging down, and I'm like, it
Right.
wasn't that fucking much, guys. Come on. And then I looked back, and the fucking header wrap got tangled up in the fucking drive shaft.
Oh,
It was back there that far. I'm like, oh, I guess I gotta get
oh
back
yeah,
there and
you were
check that out.
you were wagging your fucking tail going down the track.
I didn't know that much header wrap came out. That's the
Jason,
other thing I want to buy for the car before I run it next season. This winter, one of the things the car is getting is a decent set of headers.
right?
And I'm going nuts because I really want a set of fucking fender well headers and small block late A body fender well headers don't exist.
Thought Jed had a set of fender well headers for a small block.
Yeah, early A body.
Oh, early. Couldn't make
Everything's
them work.
early. Everything.
Couldn't make them work.
I probably could, but I don't want to mess those headers up. I like those headers are in perfect fucking shape.
Heck, what Aaron got to go fiddle with his Barracuda. Have a good night, folks. You too, Aaron. Thanks for hanging out with us, brother.
I may ask around and see if I could just have somebody make me a set of headers. Because if I go big block, I'm going fender wells anyway. So the cutout in the inner fenders will be close to the same. So So I'm going to ask around. I need to get with, I might get with, Jeff. See if he knows somebody that can make me a set of headers at a
Have you
halfway
looked at
reasonable price.
Schoenfeld headers?
I don't think they have anything that works. I mean, they could probably make something. I mean, even the early A-body headers, even the early A-body Fenderwell headers, like Hedman, you got to call them. They'll make them. And then once you pay for them, they'll make them, and there's no returns on them.
Right.
It's the old it's an old setup that they used to run, but yeah, I was Jay, I was looking at those trans vans too. It's a real unfortunate name for nowadays, but
Shit.
they're not like motorhomes. They're like a little bit wider, a little bit taller vans. They're still, but goddamn, people want a fucking fortune for them.
Right.
I just need something to pull my race car with, and I think I found it. Jed still hasn't given me permission to talk about it yet, but he hasn't caught up yet either. So, yeah, they had the dual they were 1 tons. They had the dual rear axles. You are caught up. Okay, can I talk about the thing we've been talking about for the
That's some
last couple of days?
serious skimming.
The
Watched
purchase.
2 hours and 17 minutes worth of video and
Yeah, he probably
15
missed where
minutes.
I asked about it.
Right. He was probably reading the chats, what he was doing.
No, he wasn't reading the chat. It don't take it. It takes. I could read the chat faster than that. He said he got to the prison bus.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, he got to a point to talk about head flow numbers.
All right.
Oh, so maybe he's caught up to where he came in, which was what, half hour or 15 minutes ago. Yeah, you use the Jed used the he has the Speedmaster heads on Jezebel, but
Yep.
they've had a ton of work done to them.
For the same fucking reasons, I can guarantee you.
But I think his story is he had him and just put him in first, and it fucking dropped a valve or something. He had to rebuild the engine. That's why Jezebel's engine is what it is.
He must have got the later version of them.
Something messed up, if I remember right.
Yeah, we didn't. He said we didn't touch the porch much. Yeah, I fucking threw everything away out of them sons of bitches. Started over with a bare head. Mine were purchased in 2016. That was right when I bought mine. Maybe yours didn't have. Maybe yours had some core shift that helped them.
That was fucking 8 years ago.
I know, right?
It's like people talk about 30 years ago, and that's like I still think whenever somebody says 30 years ago, I still think of the 70s.
Right.
Like, no, 30 years ago was like 90 something.
We're fucking old, Brian.
Yeah. I don't know. They used to make a lot bigger deal of it, though. You remember when the 80s turned into the 90s? When the decade changed, that was like a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
And then when 90s turned into 2000, that was a big fucking deal. But the last 2 decades haven't made any kind of a big deal about it or nothing. It's just weird. Jed, did you change your channel name to say Jezebel Charger on it, or what is that?
He did.
I noticed that
I
earlier
noticed
that
I noticed
when
that
it's
a
in
couple
chat, it says Jezebel Charger on
I
it now.
noticed that a week or 2 ago on his you on watching his videos, I noticed that.
Huh.
I have no clue. Maybe Anna did it.
Yeah, I wonder if YouTube went and took something off your Instagram or something like that. I mean, it's not a bad idea because the Jezebel Charger is out there in the internet all over the place now. If you type
Right?
up Ratty Charger, that fucking your car comes up.
Mhm.
So if somebody searches for a YouTube channel and searches Jezebel Charger, they're going to find you. That just helps that much, I guess.
You got me hunting for fucking fender well headers for you now.
Yeah, you ain't going to find none.
Can't believe nobody makes a fucking fender well header for that late Model A body.
There was one guy on for A bodies only. He had a set that he had made, or he had bought a set that somebody else had made, and they look
Well,
cool.
it
But
pisses me off. You know, the first thing I put in is small block Mopar fender well headers. And I get first thing that pops up is a set of Doug's headers from Summit Race. And I click on them. They're for a fucking small block Chevy. I hate when Google does that shit.
Marketplace is the worst.
I know it.
Marketplace, you type in Mopar, you'll get Ford shit, all this other shit. And it's like, come on, guys. Just Craigslist used to work so good. Why couldn't they have just modeled it after Craigslist?
Right.
You know, Craigslist, if there was only 2 or 3 things for sale in your area, guess what? There was only 2 or 3 things for sale in your area.
Yep.
I think
Oh, yeah. And
Facebook does that to try just to fill up the space to make you think
of course
that
it
they're
does.
better.
Of course it does. Because, see, you're going to pay out the ass for custom fucking headers.
Oh, probably.
I mean, look what Andy paid for his fucking headers.
I don't know what he paid for them.
$4,500.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, though, what I might do,
Yeah.
and I might try to look, I need to find somebody who has done it. Because everybody looks at it and says, oh, you should be able to do this, but nobody has done it. Is you could take a set of Chevy headers, their fender well headers, and change the flange on them and do a little bit of work, and they should fit. But
Yep.
do I want to spend the money on a set of fucking Chevy headers and then it not work?
Oh, yeah, and
I
then
don't
cut the
want to do
flange
that.
off and put the Mopar flange on it. But why would a Chevy fender well header fit an 8-body Mopar?
It's just about, I don't know how wide the fucking Chevy. It's all with the frame rails. The frame rails
Right.
on the early A's were an inch narrower. I was even thinking about getting
Why not?
finding a place with a CNC plasma and cut me a half-inch thick fucking steel spacer to go in on the headers and push them out a half inch on either side, and it should work.
Right. Or you could fucking just get the early ones if they'll fit, except for the width, cut the flange off of it and put another
Add a
flange
little bit
on
of
it.
tube onto it. I was thinking about that too, but
Well, you can buy the flanges from Schoenfeld. And they come with about 2.5 or 3 inches of pipe welded to the flange. See, and then you could cut that or leave it and cut your flanges off right at the flange, and and use a pipe spreader and re-round them and weld them on and take advantage of that little bit of tube that comes on your new flange. Not all flanges are just the flange. You can buy them where they come with a little piece of pipe on each one.
Well, and that's the thing. If I found a set cheap enough, I'd do that. But I really don't want to spend. I just don't want to I don't want to buy Jeds. Jeds are really nice. I don't want to buy them and fuck them up. I'd rather find something that is fucked up anyway.
Right. Yeah. See, Jed's right. See, they don't usually advertise the photos to keep people from copying them.
Mm-hmm.
No, he needs late AJ. Early A's are everywhere. 2 inches
For
total is what
$500
Jed's
though.
saying.
For $500, I might do some work.
Jed says 2 inches total.
Yeah, I've got some semi fender wells. That's what that other set you bought was that you had at No Name. Those are the semi fender wells.
I should have got that fucking dual quad manifold from him at No Name. I don't know why, but I should have got that fucker.
How was that? Oh, Jay sent me another message. Oh, he probably sent me those headers.
Probably sent you those headers he found. And not semi fender well, Jed said.
Those are big block fender wells. I've got a set of big block fender wells. See, but I was even thinking somebody said modify a set of big block fender wells. You could, but they would still need to be spread out more because a big block is wider.
Oh, he said he blasted it in the cabinet. Looks great. I'll bet it does. Looks like brand fucking new.
Yeah, I picked up a set of big block fender wells from Jed at No Name. Those are going on when I do the big block, which I may just wait. I may just wait and say screw it and not do anything.
Whoops, got excited.
Find me a set of fucking shorty headers to put on it just to make it work.
What's wrong with the headers that are on it?
They're all beat up and got holes in them and shit. That's why they're wrapped. And that's probably why the wrap came off the bottom of that one header was the exhaust was blowing out through the hole in the bottom of it and loosened the wrap up.
Take them off and weld up the holes.
Or spend $200 for a new set of the exact same headers.
Right. I don't think you can get any headers for $200 anymore. Not new.
I think I could get those ones on the Jegs has a set.
Jed said you should have used some JB Weld. Yeah, I need to get me a fucking blasting cabinet. I'm kind of jealous a little bit of that. They make old shit look new again.
Yeah, $372 for a set of Jegs. Jegs has a set of headers that are identical to the ones I have.
Yeah,
for
they're probably
$372,
the
and they're fucking ceramic coated.
The Jegs ones are?
Yeah. So I'll probably just go with that.
Yeah, I'm thinking about pulling
I could probably get a good deal from. I don't think I ever had Rob quote me those.
I'm thinking about pulling the headers back off the truck and having them ceramic coated just for the fucking heat. I don't want to melt another fucking shifter cable.
Why not?
Because
You
that
got two
sucked.
now.
Because that sucked. No, I don't have two now. John never sent them to me. He probably forgot. I ended up buying one, had fucking O'Reilly's up the road here order one for me. So just 'cause I was tired of not being able to move the fucking truck.
Oh, that's nice. Jay just sent me a set of stainless steel headers. Somebody's selling for $300.
Shit, can't beat that.
My problem is that one tube that runs over, I guess it's number 3. The number 3 tube goes over the top of the other 2 tubes,
Yep.
and the number 7 bolts are just a bitch to fucking put in and take
Yep.
out.
The old set of headers that used to be on my truck, the passenger side was like that. The number 2 cylinder fucking ran all the way across, came up and ran all the way across and went down in front of the number 8 cylinder. And it fucking always made it want to burn plug wires, and it made it a son of a bitch to get the fucking bolts in. I
And the
still have
fact
those
that the damn
headers. There's nothing
steering
wrong
runs
with.
through the headers.
What's that?
The steering runs through the headers.
Yeah. Oh, the headers that are on my Charger are the same way. See, I want to replace them too, but see, I want to put a big block in that car too, so I don't want to put a bunch of. Jed says, "Have a good night. I'm going to try to play some video games. We'll go kick their ass, Jed. Thanks for coming in, brother."
But it's like I could buy a set of heads like Shane's got a brand new set of small block fucking heads, Edelbrock heads, that he was wanting to sell me
Why
for
don't you
my
buy 'em
car.
from him?
The $1,200, but and that's a good fucking price. But
Sure it
why
is.
spend money on a small block when I'm just going big block anyway? I could always put the small block in something else. I've been wanting to do a
I will more than
Dakota.
likely stare at my computer screen for another hour.
I wanted to do a Dakota burnout vehicle, but I got a guy close to me when I was building my first Dakota before I got the Duster. I was selling a small block intake, and this guy close to me came and bought it. He's an old dude. And I go, everybody else that I'd sold shit to, and I told them, because I was wanting to do a big block Dakota. And everybody's like, oh, big block Dakota, that how hard is that to do? All this blah, blah, blah. This dude fucking comes in. He goes, oh, you got a Dakota? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna put a big block in it. He goes, oh yeah, I've done 3 or 4 of those. So it's like, if I want to build, that would be a burnout vehicle right there. Is a big block fucking Dakota. So I kind of want to do that too. Just get
That'd
away
be
from
kind
small blocks
of, yeah. I
altogether.
mean, it just depends on what you want for a burnout vehicle. Everybody, and don't get me wrong, they're cool. I mean, like Homer's fucking bad to the bone, right? But that thing has so much more power by fucking tenfold than what it needs to do a burnout.
Yeah. But that's
You know,
also
you
what wins the competitions, though, is the
is
type
the
of
show.
vehicle you're in. Yeah.
Right. The big, pretty, badass fucking blower and everything. And like I said, not trying to take nothing away from Homer. That thing's fucking badass. But it's so overkill for its task.
I still think if you got out there, if he was to take the motor and all the running gear out of Homer, he's going to rebody that car. I would put it in a big ass fucking sea body. That I think would impress people. That big ass fucking boat out there whipping around.
It'd be fun. It wouldn't be any different than my long wheelbase truck out there whipping around.
Yeah, but people see your long wheelbase trucks everywhere.
Right.
You don't see big, huge sea bodies. Like if somebody was to go out there in like a hearse, you know.
That'd be cool. That would be cool. Fucking hearse burnout vehicle.
It's all part of the show.
I mean,
You know,
let's face it, you could take a stock ass.
That's how William won the first year. One, he did a fucking amazing standing burnout where there was like a nuclear fucking mushroom cloud behind him. But it was also in a 68 fucking Charger. You don't see people doing that with 68
Right.
fucking Chargers.
I sent 3 fucking mushroom clouds up.
You know, it's all part of what you're doing it in.
They make conversion mounts for big block Dakotas now. Yep. Bad Attitude Blake's. This is a hearse that runs in the 8s that does dragon drives.
Mm-hmm.
Called Hauling Ash. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Fucking 500 Cadillac or something in it, probably.
Probably got LS in it. They LS everything now. All righty. Well, I'm gonna jump off here. I got some more planning to do before I go to bed. I got to figure out what I'm gonna do that car tomorrow.
Finish the steering.
Yeah. Work on it some more.
Yeah, I should probably. What did I miss? What's happening, Blake? You missed it all, man.
You missed me because I'm getting ready to leave.
Missed Brian. He's getting ready to leave.
See y'all later.
See you, Brian. Not much. Just hanging out. Jed was hanging out for a while. We talking about cylinder heads and head flow and all that happy horse shit. And just chilling. 2 hours and 37 minutes. I think I'm going to shut it down here. I got a whole bunch of work to do on a dump truck this weekend. Still got to finish tackling that damn international that's in the garage. Fucking thing. Yeah, it was a good show tonight. Enjoyed hanging out with everybody. Good way to unwind on a Friday evening after all the shit the week throws at us. I got Facebook yelling at me. Oh, it's Bad Attitude Blake sharing the hearse. That's fucking cool. But yeah, I think I'm going to shut down and go have me one more beer and then I'm going to go to bed. I appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. It's been good. It's been fun. See you back here next week. Same time, same place, same channel. Thanks, everybody. Later.